What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Jordxn. In today's video, I got some vocal mixing tips for you to help you get better mixes. I don't care if you're a beginner, been doing this for a minute, and you still not satisfied with your mixes. Hopefully, there's something said in this video that can help you out. The first and most important thing I need you to understand when it comes to mixing, you can only mix what's recorded. Alright, so if you get something in a session and the artist didn't record that correctly, you know what I'm saying, there's parts in there that sound horrible, you can only work with what you got there. You cannot go in there and record the vocals for the artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, you either got to get them to re-record it again, or you just gonna have to work with the bad vocal recordings. And like, if you work with the bad vocal recordings, you cannot expect the mix to sound the same as if you had perfect vocal recordings or better vocal recordings, because you can only mix what you have. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. Like, you can only mix what you have. Like, you can't make lemonade out of oranges. So the second tip I got for you is to have a plan, have an end goal in mind. Don't just mix without a purpose, because when you do this, man, you're really messing yourself up, because you're just freestyle going with the wind. You know what I'm saying? Like, in your mind, the artist, not even your mind, because the artist might want it one way, but you're like, no, I just mix on it and then I come back to doing it how they want to do it. Then you're just taking the song completely far away from what they wanted. You don't want to do that. Like, you don't want to do that. I was doing that over here, like the camera's over here, I'm tripping, but it's like, you don't want to do that. You want to have an end goal in mind. So it's like, before you mix the song, you want to listen to the song a couple times, write down like, okay, this is the vibe I get from the song, these are the parts I really want to bring out, this is what I need to do, it needs a little bit more EQ here, there. Like, write that down. You know what I'm saying? Help you stay on task. And then it's like, if an artist sends you a session, or you sitting there mixing a song with somebody, ask the person like, what is it that they want in the song. You know what I'm saying? And again, it goes back to, you can only mix what's recorded. So they're gonna have to record something, or they're gonna have to record it again, send it over, whatever. But it's like, make sure you understand these two things. These two things are very important. Tip number 3, don't use unnecessary plugins, aka don't overuse plugins. If you do not need to use the plugin, don't add it. You know what I'm saying? If it sounds good, don't add extra plugins on it. Right? This is the problem like a lot of people have, because they don't really believe their judgment, or they just don't know what sounds good. You know what I'm saying? Just because they see somebody using 8 plugins, they feel like they have to use 8 plugins. If they don't use 8 plugins, it'll never sound good. You know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of people think, because if it sounds good with 3 plugins, don't add a 4th or a 5th. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, if it sounds good, why mess it up? You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's just because people feel like they need to add a lot of plugins, just because you have a lot of plugins doesn't mean you have to use them. You know what I'm saying? That separates like amateur engineers from professional industry engineers, is because professional industry engineers know when to stop. You know, amateur engineers just keep going and going and going, because it's like they think the more is better, and more doesn't always mean better. And another tip I got for you is to gain stage your plugins. All of your plugins have an input and an output. I might put like an example up here somewhere, I don't know, but they all have an input output. You want to gain stage your plugins. That's all I'm gonna say. Just gain stage. So if you boost the output, you know what I'm saying, as much as you boost the output, reduce the input. Or if you boost the input, reduce the output. And this tip right here, I'm finna give you, pause. That is a pause moment. But listen, pay attention to timing. Timing is very important. Artists overlook it, engineers overlook it. Engineers make mistakes, producers make mistakes, people make mistakes when they record, because people punch in a lot, and so they drag and drop stuff, and it might be off like a couple nudges, a couple milliseconds, or it might be off a second or half a second, and that could mess your mix up, and you could be sitting there wondering like, why does certain things sound off beat? It's timing, or something not coming in on time. Timing is the problem. You always want to check You want to check and make sure everything is on point, because some artists hear a delay sometimes, so the timing be off in the mix. Some artists might just don't know how to catch the beat and the timing is off. Like, if you're an artist and can't catch the beat, man, work on it, because we gotta catch the beat. We gotta record it correctly on time, and it saves the engineer a lot of time when it comes to mixing, because you run into problems. I've had sessions before where I have to go into Melodyne and move notes around manually, just move it around because the timing off, or drag certain words out, or a certain vowel sound or something out because the timing is off, and we can't do that. That's the issue. So it's like, when it comes to mixing a song, check for timing. Make sure everything is on beat. You know what I'm saying? Make sure everything is on beat. And if it's off beat, ask them if they meant to do it that way, because most of the time, no, people don't like to record off beat, so it's probably gonna be an issue. So you want to fix that. And the next tip I got for you is very important. You know what I'm saying? Very, 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 very important. Be organized, man. Be organized. Color code, name things, group things. You know what I'm saying? Be organized. Make your session look beautiful. Make your session look amazing. You know what I'm saying? Be organized. Being organized to take you a long way. You don't have to look for certain things because you know everything. Like, all the main lead vocals are a certain color, or you can do something like the hook is one color, the verse 1 is one color, verse 2 is another color, the reverbs and delay axes are these colors, the master fader is here, my whatever bus is right here and it's this color. Like, stay organized. Your clients will appreciate you, other engineers will appreciate you, and me, I'm gonna be proud of you. All right, I'm gonna be very, very proud. And the 7th tip I got for you, man, is, don't overthink. Don't Kenny Beats got the thing or the saying, it's like, don't overthink shit. Don't overthink, man, because overthinking will kill the mix. That will lead to overprocessed vocals, stuff just sounding unnatural. Music is supposed to be natural, it's supposed to sound natural. You know what I'm saying? So, like, don't overthink. If you don't know something, you know what I'm saying, don't think too much on it. Go research and then come back to it later. You know what I'm saying? Don't overthink, because your mix might be good but you too hard on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Quit judging your stuff to people that mix on like tens of thousands of dollars of analog gear, man. like the internet has got y'all so messed up, man. It's because it's like you're comparing something you recorded on a $200 bundle to somebody that recorded something with a $10,000 microphone through a $4,000 or $5,000 mic pre, through a $4,000 or $5,000 EQ setup, through another preamp, through something else, and you're trying to compare that to that, or they got it mastered on a mastering console that's worth about $50,000, and you're over here trying to put an L2 on your master. It's never gonna be the same. You know what I'm saying? So don't overthink it. It's like, use the gear that you have, get it the best as you can, and then just improve over and over, because you can always improve the quality. You want to start somewhere and grow. You know what I'm saying? Because when you make it as an artist or engineer, especially like the artist, right? If you're an artist and you have to mix your own music right now, chances are when you get on, you're not gonna mix your own music. You're gonna have an engineer, they're gonna mix for you. So it's like, you don't even have to worry about it, so you're not gonna overthink. The hardest thing you have to overthink is when you're recording your songs. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be the hardest part for you, because you gotta record songs and make songs to stay on the label, keep your deal, keep your fans engaged, to make money. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna have time to be worrying about a mix. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be like, bruh, I need you to mix this, and people are gonna get it right for you. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, don't overthink, because everybody starts somewhere. You're good. It's like, you're always gonna be better than somebody that's not trying to get better, if you're trying to get better. I hope you understand what I'm saying, because it's like, if you're always putting in the time trying to improve versus the other person that's not doing anything at all, that think they know everything and don't really know nothing, it's like, you're gonna win faster than that person, because they don't want to try, they don't listen, they don't even think about getting better. You're always thinking about getting better, thinking about improving, but you don't want to let it control your life. You don't want to make it make or break your life, your mood, how you feel, because it's like, if you don't know, you can find an answer. Give it time. You know, maybe you have done everything you could to the mix. It's just the fact that you didn't record with a better microphone. You know, that could be the problem. So it's like, it's nothing that you can do in the moment unless you just go and buy another microphone. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you can't put too much pressure on yourself, too much stress on yourself. You know, engineering is not easy. It's not easy, regardless of what people might tell you, whatever. It's not an easy thing. Everybody think they mixing engineers, man, but it's like I mean, everybody can't do it. You know what I'm saying? People can pick it up, a DAW, whatever, but it's like, everybody can't just mix, man. They don't understand it. Like, people don't understand it, and it's okay. Like, if you don't know how to mix, man, you can learn the techniques, learn the processes, but that doesn't mean you're gonna be a great engineer. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, don't put too much stress on yourself. You just want to learn and figure this stuff out, man. But listen, make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. It's your boy Jordxn. I'm out of here. Alright, cool.